I paid a total of $54. That comes to about, I believe it was 40 pounds for this Xbox One X. It's actually really nice looking. Now, am I terrified? Absolutely. The reason I'm actually really scared is because I bought this console for what I believed was really cheap for the way it looks on camera. But the problem is the description says it has the error code E100. Now, I looked that up and found it could be a hard drive problem and something I can easily fix. But considering now that it's been opened before, I looked into it more and found that it actually could also be a disk drive problem, which in that case, it's just completely bricked, and I just bought a glorified brick or just a dead console. So I'm first gonna give it some power and make sure it actually, oh my gosh. Hang on, let me see if you can catch that on camera. That HDMI port does not look the best, but it's okay. Oh, if it has no display, I'm just gonna be mad. Okay, that fit tightly though. Alright, make sure it has power. Oh, that did not sound okay. Hang on. Let me just make sure it has some display. Oh, I feel the disk drive moving in there. Just open it up. It's staying on. It sounds dirty. It looks dirty too. Alright. And yes, we get the error E100. So I'm debating on what to do here. I believe I'm going to try with OSU 1. Just going to plug OSU 1 in and see. That sounds like it has some problem heating. I'm going to plug OSU 1 in and grab a controller. And yeah, I'm going to see if that will fix it. Now, I do have a little bit of hope considering that it happened on startup. The E100 happened on startup, not on the actual... like, if it were to happen while it was updating, I would guess that it had a bad disk drive. But considering E100 is happening on startup, I'm going to go ahead and try to do an offline update to see if I can get the hard drive to work. It might just have some corrupted data. Let me find the USB plug here. There we are. Got my controller plugged in, and let's do a... It just refuses to... Hang on. Troubleshoot. Offline system update. Something went wrong. E101. Okay. So at this point, I'm going to try opening it up, and I'm going to replace the hard drive.
The violin. To do what you do, you've got to be a world-class violinist.
The problem is with you, you need to be in a group. You need to sing
Alright, so in terms of screws, it appears to... I actually don't see a single screw missing. I actually think they're all here. And looking at it, I do actually believe these don't look like they've actually been, like... I don't know if this has actually ever been opened up, like, further than this. I could be wrong, of course, but hopefully not. Alright, so... Oh, wait. Does this housing come out any further? I think it's like this. No, there it goes. There we are. That's how it sits. Okay, then take out these bottom screws. I'm just going to take out all the green ones that hold the top piece on. I'm just going to take all of them out. So I'm going to say during this part, please subscribe if you haven't. I'm hoping to sell this one, make a little bit of profit, and then buy next one. Mainly for content, because I feel like that'd be fun videos. These would be fun videos to make. I'm also in a subscriber race. I've just hit 100 subscribers, which I'm really happy about. But the person I'm running against is at 250 and we're racing to 1,000. So if you haven't subscribed, please by all means subscribe and comment what you think about this video, because feedback is important to me. Okay, that's not actually as bad as I thought it would be. Oh! Okay, that feels like cheatery. Well, I'm kind of happy, but that feels like cheatery. There's absolutely 100% no hard drive. Hard drive was stripped. Well, then again, I shouldn't return it or anything, because what happened was... Well, I should stop speaking too fast. Okay, I'm actually really happy, because I have a spare 500 gigabyte Xbox One hard drive around. I'll be able to put in here. It's like perfectly fine, because I was afraid it's gonna be the disk drive. Now here is the thing. I bought this from a seller, someone who collects them and sells them. So I believe he had no idea, because he never opened it up. Somebody probably sold it, took the hard drive out, sold it to him. So it comes with no hard drive screws, which I'll have to fix. They just like took it out. Alright, so I'm gonna plug it in. Let's see if I still get an error. I actually don't feel like this has the OSU on it anymore. It's wiped. So I'll have to reinstall it. Alright, good news. It took my offline update. Alright, so I'm going to be setting this up later. And I'm going to be doing stuff such as making sure it connects to a wireless remote and making sure it plays fine. For right now, I'm just going to tear it all down, and I'm going to clean it out like new. Now, I'm going to remove the heat sink. I really like removing the 1S heat sinks because they're so easy. The Xbox One heat sinks, you can be stuck on them for hours. Gotta be very careful though, because you don't want to slip and break any components off the motherboard, especially this is the top of the APU, so that can be bad. And free. Now this should just come out, and gotta unplug our fan from right here, like that, and this should be able to just come right out. Alright, so I have no idea how many hours this console has been on. Oh my goodness. Look at this. What do you think happened here? I gotta zoom it in for you. This is absolutely, utterly nasty. What do you think happened here?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, this is just horrible. How could anything... I'm surprised it even turned on. Alright, so I'm gonna get a brush, of course, and just can get all that away. That's like literal sand and hair. I don't know how, but I don't know what happened. This thermal paste actually is still kind of fresh, so I have no way of telling how long this motherboard has been on for, because the hard drive is gone. But I can say that's really bad. Alright, so I just got a simple brush. Just gonna go ahead and brush it off into a pile. Alright, look at that. That is bad. Alright, now I just gotta clean this sand off of my desk. I'm just gonna touch it up a little bit more. So I have some IPA I'm gonna apply to it on my little brush. Now I'm gonna take a Q-tip and I'm just gonna clean out around the RAM. So I'm just gonna hit it with some more IPA on a brush. Alright, so I have just off camera, because my camera's overheating. That still needs to be a little bit more cleaned, but I cleaned out around the connectors, I cleaned out around the APU, I hair dried it off, so there's not a lot of gunk left in here. Yeah, my light is running dead. It just died. Great. Doesn't look like it's too bad. Yep. So I'm just gonna go ahead, clean off my space a little, put this aside, and get the heat sink and fan. Now overall this fan doesn't look in too bad condition, but if you flip it over, it can use a cleaning. The heat sink can. So I just gotta remove this fan. There we are. So that's the heat sink separated from the fan. I'm going to take a look at the heat sink first. So I'm going to start off by just kind of brushing it off. That looks like it's done. Looks good. So next I'm going to do the fan. That's pretty good. Man, you would never know how hard it is to clean these out until you've actually cleaned one out. It is actually ridiculous hard just doing a basic cleaning. So now that's done, I'm going to just kind of, how would I open this up? I don't think I'm going to open this up. It doesn't really look like it needs opened up. I'm just going to kind of, yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Alright, and I'm going to give this a shot cleaning. Alright, now here's all of the parts before I put it back together laid out. The motherboard looks nice and clean, has none of that dirty stuff on it anymore or anything. I have to put new thermal paste on before I put the heatsink on. Here's the heatsink, the fan, and over here we have the power brick. This is, or I believe that's called the power source, I'm not sure. This is the hard drive. I put some screws in it on the case. And then the disk drive was completely fine. I opened it up and like I didn't really mess with it. I'm gonna make sure it redisks after I set it up though. And then we have all the casing. Alright, so I just gotta apply some thermal paste. I'm gonna put it back together now. So just gotta apply some thermal paste. I believe that will be enough. And then the heatsink goes on. Just like this. Let me actually just see how well did that spread out. Okay, that spread it out well. That spread out well. Actually, might have been a little bit too much, but I believe it will be fine. Here's the X clamp. Got to put it back on. Fan back into place. The wire always comes. It sits like this. You know that because the air can travel through this vent right here, and the wire sits over here. And now I'm going to put it back in the casing. Just housing like this. Like this. Right here. Alright, so I put it back together. I tested everything in it. It's completely clean. I tested the disk drive, and the disk drive works well. I played Minecraft on it, and everything ran like it was supposed to for a 1S. So, if you'd like to buy this console, the eBay listing should be in the link below. Or if it's sold, it will just say sold. But it does work. Something I do want to note is... Oh, wait, hold on. Just a minute. When first plugging in... If you're the one buying this console, when you first plug it in, right after plug in, it will not do anything. You just gotta give it a moment, and then it does something. So it's not that it's broken. It just, I know some consoles do that. But the disk drive works well. It paired wirelessly with a remote, and that works well. So thank you for watching. If you made it to this point, please subscribe, comment what you think. This will be available on eBay, like I said, along with any other consoles I fix. Because what I'm doing is I'm selling this for a certain amount of money, and then the money I don't make that's not profit, I'm going to use to invest in, like, the money I make that's not profit, like, I'm going to use to invest in a new console, and I will just keep on going. So... yeah, thank you for watching again. Please subscribe because I am in a subscriber race. Give some feedback and what you think of it, if I did a good job cleaning it. And it's really a good find because everything seems healthy on it. It's nice and fast. It's as fast as it should be. So yeah, thank you for watching and have a good day.